Hello and welcome everybody to our Friday winter wellness event. We've got Justina Ray here who is going to be guiding us through a breathing exercise to get us ready for the weekend. And I'll pass it to you, Justina.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here today and share some breathing with you. I think that this will be fun. Today we're going to do a bit of playing with our breath as well as a little bit of learning. Let's first just talk about our breath as we settle in and get comfortable, wiggle around a bit, and just find your comfortable space. We're going to be playing some breathing games. Nice deep breaths and just come present to the moment. Breathing is an automatic function of our body that is controlled by the respiratory center of our brain. An automatic function of the body. One of the things that is very cool about the breath is that it changes dramatically according to a few different things in our lives. For example, we may notice our breath changing during physical activity when we are working out or running or doing something that uses a lot of our muscles, causes us to get into a deep rhythmic pattern. The breath brings us strength. Maybe when we sing, our breath changes. Maybe we might have some issues going in our body, and breathing will often point those issues out to us. Another time is our emotional state. When we change emotions, when we get frightened, we change our breath. When we get sad and cry, when we get really excited. Another thing that might alter our breathing is our internal temperature. We're very hot or very cold. What I love about just talking about our breath gives us the space to imagine these things and feel the change in our breath as we imagine being cold and shivering. Brr. We bring in that warm air to warm ourselves. And the other thing that changes our breathing is play. Some of the things that we do, like blow bubbles. Can we all imagine blowing some bubbles? Very gently, we blow into the bubble wand. We're going to do a little bit more of this soon. But what I want to do is bring our attention to the breathing that we are breathing right now. Presence. Maybe we have some emotions that come forward. Maybe the temperature of the room or outside is cold or warm. And exercising our breath. One of the things about shallow breathing, where we're not paying attention and we're breathing many breaths per minute without any awareness of our breathing, we're not allowing our breath to do one of its primary duties. One of the primary duties of our breath, as we know this by where our breathing is located and how it works, is that if we breathe deep all the way down into our core, into our seat, Try it. Breathe really deep and let your belly expand and your chest expand. And notice that all of our internal organs hug our breath. When we breathe, our lungs expand, our chest expands, our belly expands, and it's all going right down through our kidneys, right next to our liver and our stomach. And so we can take notice that when we do these full, deep breathing, we're actually giving our internal organs a gentle massage, a lymphatic massage, which is as gentle as a very light touch. The weight of a nickel on our skin is the perfect amount for helping our lymphs and our organs. And so, in our own natural way, our body has been intricately created to heal ourselves. A gentle massage into our internal organs will provide much relief and cleansing, that we feel refreshed and refocused. We breathe up in our nose, up into our brain, up into our mind, up into the epicenter of our being. Our glands up there, our pineal gland. All of these things are affected as we take deep breaths. Just paying attention, giving our presence to our breath allows our bodies to do some great work. And I especially love it when we play with our breath. So let's go back to those bubbles. Let's imagine we have our own little container of bubbles and a magic bubble wand, whatever size your preference. Let's get some nice soap on there and put our wands right to our lips and purse our lips, and let's see if we can blow the biggest bubble. Oh, pop. We can't breathe too fast. We have to blow slow and gentle. So we take a nice deep breath in and we try again. And ready? Blow those bubbles. Big, slow, and steady. We breathe into the bubble wand. Next to it, let's have a little bubble wand where we can blow lots of tiny little bubbles. So we can blow a little bit faster. So we watch all the little micro bubbles flying all over in the air. We empty out our bellies. Now let's pick a really big wand. We have to fill it up nice and slow and gentle, or the bubble will break easily. We have to breathe in quickly to get more air so we can keep that bubble blowing up. Which is almost like blowing a balloon. Let's let our bubbles turn into a balloon. You know that feeling that you get when you have to blow up one of those small little balloons? You have to stretch it before you even try, because you have to really use your core to get it started. Maybe we can't even do it the first try. Maybe we have to try a couple of times. Take a deep breath in and let's blow up this little tiny balloon. Oh, it's such a relief when it opens and it starts to accept the air. Let's turn it into a bigger balloon as we blow up our balloon. In fact, let's turn this balloon into a fun blow-up toy to go into the water. Just the thought of it exhausts us to think of having to blow up hundreds of breaths into that blow-up toy or the blow-up mattress to relax in the pool. But let's do it. Let's do part of it together. Remember to take a breath and hold it closed for a moment while we get our regular breathing back so we don't get dizzy or lightheaded. Next, let's blow it up slow and steady because we see that blowing up quickly will bring us lightheadedness quick. Nice and steady, we inhale, and then slow and steady, we breathe all of our breath into the tube. Inhaling through our nose. We fill the tube. Let's do that 3 or 4 more times, and then let's take a break, or let's call it done. One more last big breath into the tube. Let's seal it off. Let's take some nice regular big breaths, and then let's go get something to drink, and let's suck through a straw. Super thirsty. Maybe let's actually get a real drink of water and cool ourselves down and take a break from all of those bubble blowing and water toy filling. Let's just get our breath back. Take a drink of water if you have it. Use some essential oils if you have them. Put a drop on your hand and take some nice deep breaths in your palms. Let's go ahead and do a little body scan with our breaths as well while we're here. Just on your own pace. You can go head to toe or from your toes up to the top of your head. You can breathe a breath into the foot, up to the legs, up to the seat, or down from the head into the shoulders, down into the back and the lower back, and into your seat. Whichever way you'd like to go, just take a few nice deep breaths and say hello to our bodies. See if we need any special attention anywhere. So for the next couple of minutes and our last couple of minutes, we're going to pay attention to our breath with our emotions, with our feelings. Let's take a nice couple deep breaths. We've done this before, but let's again bring ourselves and our minds to a situation where we're smiling, where we're happy to be in the situation. The company around us makes us feel great joy and gratitude. Our environment is safe and happy. Our smile is pasted on our face, and very simple for us to go into a grin and into even a little chuckle. Now let's practice some laughing. Laugh, giggle to yourself. Feel the way that your breath moves through you when you laugh, when you chuckle, when you giggle. Feel your stomach in and out quickly. Feel our cheeks move up into our face. And as quickly as we laughed and feel joy, let's practice feeling shock. Let's be completely surprised at something. This can be something wonderful, it could be something scary. Whichever direction you take it, what does it feel like when we are surprised? What if somebody comes around the corner and says, boo, and catches us off guard so that we're instantly just very shocked, very surprised? We typically go grasp straight towards our chest. Oh my goodness, because our heart is beating fast. And we are taking nice deep breaths in to calm our heartbeat back down. Woof. Once we feel shocked, it's easy to go into feeling sad or hurt or exhausted. Some of us are very used to these feelings. But let's go into it on purpose and see what our breathing does. Somehow our bodies can even forget to breathe when we get into this place where we're sad or mad or unsure, confused, trying to figure things out with our minds. And it is in these places that we must remember to take a deep breath and breathe ourselves out of this sadness, breathe ourselves out of this feeling. And to do that, we bring presence to our bodies. We give space for us to just feel sad or mad or confused or exhausted. We take some nice deep breaths into those feelings. We recognize that it's our human being that wants to feel all of these feelings. And the breath that takes care of us when we do. It's in practicing breath when we are just living our regular day-to-day lives and not much is going on. It's the practice that we stop and pay attention to our breath. So that when we need our breath, when we're in those feelings of shock or sadness or exhaustion, that we can remember that we have breath. It can be a built-in habit that comes to us in our time of need. Because as we learned, our breathing comes naturally to us. Our breathing is an automatic function of our body that is controlled by the respiratory center of our brain. When we feel stressed, our breathing rate and our breathing pattern changes. When we're active versus at rest. When we're happy versus sad. And it's in this practice that we're able to find our way back into this peaceful time. And thank you for being here in this peaceful time where our breath goes back to normal, but it is also growing and expanding and going deeper with each day and each moment that passes. The deeper our breath, the deeper we're able to experience the human emotion and the human life, the greater the joy. So thank you for this moment together. I send you many blessings on your journey and many deep breaths to get us through. And maybe next week we can share some of the ways we play or some of the things that changes our breathing quickly, our pattern, or the depth of our breath. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And thank you for being in this serenity with me and us. If you're watching the recording or if you're here with us live, the Winter Wellness event with the POW Health Network, we thank you and appreciate you. Take care.